Hi, my name is Will, and welcome to the Distorted Transmission for today. I'm talking to Christchurch band Locked in Stasis. How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Good, thank you.
I first saw your logo on the Rising Tide poster back when I interviewed them about their tour, but I only just had the opportunity to hear your music with the debut single you dropped today. I sent you a PM and boom, here we are 5 hours later having a chat. Very prompt response from you. Thank you very much.
That's all good. Thanks for having us, Yeah.
First thing to do is introductions, so if you guys can introduce who you are and the other members of the band too, that'd be great.
I'm Martin. I play guitar and do clean vocals.
I am Will. It's a good, solid name. I play drums. We've also got Brendan on bass, and we've got Phil on vocals.
It's lucky that you and I are so far apart because when two wills get together, surrounding women often faint from ecstasy. So.
Well, my stepbrother's name is Will as well, and he's also bald, so I think there's a theme going on there.
Back on track. History. Let's talk a little bit about the band, how long you've been around, if there's been any major lineup changes and stuff.
The band basically formed, it started with me, Will and Brendan. We're in another project, and that wasn't quite working out. I ended up leaving that project, and then I took Will and Brendan with me. And then we spoke about the band, and then we ended up getting, at the time, Corey Palmer and Phil Pahortu, which then formed Locked in Stasis. And then we played our first actual gig, actually at a house party. That was our first official gig. And then our friends at the time were playing in the Battle of the Bands, and they were like, just come down and play some shows. And we're like, yep, sweet. And we did, and we ended up getting to the final, which I was kind of surprised about. But then the birth of Locked in Stasis just carried on going from there.
Okay. So you've been around for what, about 2 years now, I guess?
That'd be about 2 years.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right in saying about 2021. I think it was probably
October is when
was
we
it
actually
October, was
finished,
it?
when we officially 2020.
2020. Oh shit.
I quite often discover when bands begin by simply going to the first Facebook post.
Yeah, we were floating around for a wee bit before we actually made anything official on, social media and stuff. We just sort of wanted to, I don't know, have a bit more of a professional beginning with having a logo and stuff already set up rather than just random little photos of us playing our instruments, sprinkled throughout the feed. So yeah, we tried to take a bit more of a professional approach.
Let's talk about the single, eh? It just dropped today. Is that part of a larger body of work to come, or is it just a single? It's entitled Throne, and so I was wondering what is the song about as well, if you could tell me that too.
I've actually been preparing this all day, and I've actually just forgotten. Nah, because
What is it? Isn't it about wanting to sort of prove yourself?
For an example, if you're at work and you're trying to get that promotion or get that pay rise, and you've been working really hard, and that other person at work who is like what everyone else just steps over the top of you and sort of gets that, and it sort of like knocks you back down a bit, and then it's about sort of like not giving up in that sense and carry on pursuing forward. But that is just an example. That is to do with anything to do with life.
So it's kind of about sort of facing adversity and rising above it, would you say?
I like that one. That's way more simpler.
Could we just copy your face, put it on mine for that answer? You can just answer the same question. Yeah.
So it's kind of about sort of facing adversity. Okay, cool. So who mixed and mastered it, and where was the recording done?
The recording was done in Christchurch by a friend of ours called Richie Sheehan. Sheehan. I think that's how it's. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Well, it starts with a J, anyways. I always thought it was Jihan.
And then we reached out to Lance Prince from Prince Audio, and he mixed and mastered that. And Lance's work, he's worked with Alpha Wolf, Dealer, Polaris, and Within Destruction as well. So We really liked Lance's work, and just amazing to deal with as well. And he just gave us a product that was heavy, melodic, and this is awesome.
All right. So you've done a bunch of gigs supporting Imperial Slave during their vinyl release tour, the Rising Tide tour, as I mentioned already, Blindfold and Led to the Woods support, as well as a bunch of local shows, including the Battle of the Bands that you mentioned before. To date, what do you think is the best gig that you've done?
I don't know. For me, I've had a lot of fun sort of growing together with the band. We've pretty much mainly just bounced between 12 Bar and Embankment so far. Um, Obviously, for me, there's no one best gig. There's just different aspects of a few that I liked. We played with Imperial Slave twice. I enjoyed when we played with them at 12 Bar, which I think was for their vinyl release. Um, I just get along with those guys quite well. Matt, the drummer, such a good dude. And I think the Rising Tide as well was real fun. Just got along with, weirdly enough, the vocalist Matt as well. I think there's a Matt thing going on as well here. I don't really care about what I do behind the kit. It's more the people that I'm opening for and playing with and getting to meet at the time. That makes the gig probably more enjoyable for me.
What makes a good gig for me is crowd response. So, like, if there's like
Yeah.
a few people have shown up, perhaps, but they have an amazing time, sometimes it's better than like a wall of people who are just staring at you.
With you saying that, what I think I did take away from the Imperial Slave gig and the Rising Tide gig was that I got that response from the crowd, but the people that I actually got all the feedback from were the guys from the other bands being like, "Oh man, like I didn't know, like I really love your drumming style, and man, I didn't know there was a drummer like this, floating around with these little." I don't know. I'm not the most technical drummer, but like I just love sort of adding a bit of flair to things,
Accents and stuff.
and it's just good being appreciated for it as well. Yeah.
Do you have any plans to like come up north or play Wellington or anything like that at some point?
I would love to play with as many bands wherever I can, whenever I can. For me, I think I just want to do the experience of being able to tour and just to play and just see what it's like to actually play on the road and, learn from that experience. That's something that I look forward to the most, I guess. So, I mean, as long as we were given enough time and preparation, we would be 100% keen to go come up north.
All right, so that's about all I have to ask for this interview. Perhaps we can have another interview in maybe a year's time or something when you've got a bit more under your belt. You've got maybe another release single or something has come out, and you've had some more shows, all that sort of stuff. So, is there anything to add before we wrap it up?
We had a lot of people actually help us behind the scenes. Our friend Jack Reedman, who I definitely want to shout out to. He's helped us via the social media. Absolute whiz. He's amazing. And then Richie as well, being an Elodie, taking the time out to help us has just been fantastic. And then Ren Wintour recorded the vocals as well. So a thank you to him and a thank you to Lance as well for taking the time to actually mix and master a little band all the way from New Zealand. So just those sort of things mean a lot to us.
Okay, Will?
Yeah, I'd just say thanks to all the bands that continue wanting to have us open for them. It's we got some pretty good gigs with nothing really recorded to show for it. So these bands sort of took a chance on us, and I hope it paid off for them. It paid off for us. We're keen to continue opening for more bands and hopefully having some bands open for us one day when we get some more stuff recorded.
I was going to loop back to that initial question about the single because I don't think it was really covered. Do you have more singles coming? What's the plan there?
We've been having a chat probably over the last couple of days about actually stabilizing like a solid roadmap pretty much.
Okay.
Just because, with the departure of our guitarist Corey, we've just sort of lost a bit of direction. So we're just trying to get back on track and just make sure everything is all figured out. So yeah, we definitely are going to look at trying to get some stuff recorded by the end of the year. And yeah, we want to just want to try and get some more stuff out there because I enjoy the writing process. Marty's always working on the computer, recording stuff and tightening up stuff. So I think hopefully by the end of the year, but you never know what's going to happen.
Sure. All right, guys. Well, thanks very much for taking the time out to have a chat with me today. I really appreciate it.
A tower set coming down anytime to the South Island anytime soon, Will?
Would like to. I'd like to come down to Christchurch sometime, yeah.
Definitely, please do.
It's a fucking long way away.
Yeah, you got a band here that'll open up for you
Yeah,
too.
we'll be keen.
Lovely. Cool, guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, man. Cheers.
And thanks for watching.